You've definitely never noticed some of these details in TF2. So if you'd like to learn more, that's exactly what we'll be talking about today. Howdy, Hoof here. We'll be looking at the main spawn for Red Team. Now, spawn rooms have two purposes typically. One, you spawn and leave to get into the action. Or two, you walk in, get supplies, get healed up, and then head back out into the action. So how often do you really take the time to look around and appreciate or notice the details of the room that you normally wouldn't have? And that's exactly what we'll be doing here today. So, let's get started. Howdy, in-game Hoof here. As you can tell, we are still in 2 Fort, although this time, we're in the main spawn. I don't know what the actual spawns are referred to as, but I consider this one to be the main spawn, the default spawn, and the other one to be the battlement spawn. But if you know any better, feel free to let me know. I'm going to be looking around, checking for details that you might not have noticed already. So anyways, let's just start getting into this. I like to just kind of observe, and then at some point we may come across a detail that you may not have thought about before. Let's start with what's right in front of us, and I'm seeing another one of these glass door situations here, and underneath is another placemat type of situation, except once again, this is not a shower mat. This still looks like a wall, although I can see here the edge textures look a little bit better. Whether it's a lighting issue in the battlement spawn or it's not textured properly, I couldn't say. I don't know much about it, but at least in the main spawn this is textured properly, even though the texture doesn't really make much sense. Alright, well, let's stay inside of the shower area. And once again, we have just large brick walls that are painted over with red highlight color at the bottom here. We also have the benches. I'm not sure if the benches match the battlement's spawn shower, but they're here. They are here. One thing I've immediately noticed now that I'm looking up is a lot of things are the same. We got the lights, we have the pipes, these beams, I suppose is the horizontal word. Those are there as well. Ventilation may be a little bit different in orientation. We got the ventilation as well, pipes and whatnot. One thing that is notably absent though is the cameras. For some reason this spawn room's a lot less creepy because there are no cameras from what I can see. Absolutely no cameras. Not one that I see here, which is an interesting detail. I wonder what possible reason there could be for that. But, cool to have noticed. I've also noticed another strange detail. Structurally, this particular pipe doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure if this is on purpose or not, or if there's some sort of glitch. Whatever the case may be, I'm noticing that these pipes are not affixed to anything up above, like the pipe up there. Well, maybe that's me misspeaking. As you can tell here, it's clearly attached to these pillars, columns again. What did I say? Beams, support beams. So we have 2 that are connected. However, there are 1, 2, and 3 that are not actually connected to the ceiling or anything up above. That actually makes me wonder if there's a similar pipe in the battlement spawn that maybe we should go around and compare, see if those details match up. But I had never noticed that before. Very interesting. Very strange, I think. So yeah, that pipe doesn't make a lot of sense. I wonder if any of the other pipes have strange details like that. Not from what I can tell. It looks like the other ones are either affixed or not attached to something from above. Those larger pipes do not seem to have any support coming from above like that small pipe model does. Okay, yes, so this is exactly, well, there's 2 of them, but this is the same open window situation that we had in the battlement spawn, except there's now 2 of them. Yes, these are open windows with no visible way of closing them, which I thought is kind of interesting, mostly because you'd think a window would have a way to close, but in this case, these windows do not have a way to close. Nothing too important or game breaking, just, you know, something you wouldn't really notice if you didn't stop and take a look. I'm wondering if the lights are just the same model. It looks to me like they are. I'm really glad that we noticed this. This is actually pretty interesting to me. Oh yes, there is one more thing I'm noticing here. If I remember correctly, there was no drainage in the battlement spawn for some reason. We can also remember this and go compare. Actually, why don't we do that now since we're about to head out of this area? Yeah, let's go ahead and head over to the battlement spawn and see if we can compare the drainage as well as the free hanging pipes. I guess it's not 100% free hanging because, again, the support beams are connected, but these parts are not connected. Oh, would you look at that? So yeah, I think that is correct. I think that there is no drainage pipes. Oh, for some reason I thought there was one window, but it looks like there's two, so I'm mistaken about there being two. This person's a... No, I'm not a spy. I'm telling you, I'm not a spy. I'm just appreciating the details of the map, and you're welcome to join me if you'd like. But anyways, you'll notice that there's no drain. No drain over here. Follow me, Nose Picker. Follow me. Follow me over here. Let's see if Nose Picker understands. Oh. Well, Nose Picker got murdered. Well, wait, I want to see if Nose Picker will notice. There he is, there he is! Look. He says thanks. I think he understands. Well, anyways, we did confirm that these drainage pipes are in fact missing in the battlement spawn, which is very interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other details. Maybe we'll notice something, maybe we won't. So we have our usual health cabinet, supply cabinet. There are two of them. Mop bucket, bench, towels, some more benches, 2 dumbbells this time around. That's a big one. That's a huge, actually, huge detail right there. 2 whole dumbbells as opposed to the 1 in the battlement spawn. Wow. I wonder why there's only 1 in the battlement spawn. Now, I believe the details in this locker area is completely exactly the same. There's also a scale, which is... I can't remember if the battlement's spawn has a scale or not, but there is a scale here. There's also target practice here. Nothing too intense out here, but that's a detail worth noting. You'd think that having a target practice in such a small and enclosed space would be a bad idea. You know, especially if you think about it, you'd have to stand here and shoot. And if this were not a video game, people running through or walking in could easily get shot directly in the head. That is head height right there. So that's an interesting detail, but that does track with the personality of the mercs, I think. Yeah, we got more wraps there, supplies. Let me check if the scale is in the battlement spawn or not. Is there a scale in this one? There is no scale, that's right. Alright, no other pipe details that are... Still no spouts, though. Still no spouts for the showers. They do have the drains for the showers, but not the spouts in this one. So I saw some comments in my last video suggesting that maybe these are in-universe repurposed rooms. I do think that potentially this could be a mistake, though. Even if they're repurposed and the spouts were removed, I like to think that drains being missing from the battlement spawn is a mistake. We also have a little fire alarm thing, which again, I like to think suggests it's to notify mercs when battle commences. Oh, we have a light here. I wonder, did we have a light like that in the other spawn room? Let's go check that out. That might be something new. There is no... Oh, very interesting. So there is one specific light that is also not in this spawn room. Oh, yes, I need to go in here to see if that pipe is also not making logistical sense. Can you let me in? Here we go. Awesome, they let me in. Interesting. Wow. It's the same here. I cannot believe that I did not notice this earlier. I wonder if this is actually something... I'll have to look back at the old footage. But yeah, it's the same issue here. So as you can see, this is connecting to that support beam, but these supports do not connect to anything. Very interesting. Oh, we also have a little broken texture up there. Alright, let's go see if we can find this broken texture in the main spawn. Broken texture. Is there a broken texture on this side? Alright, there is not a broken texture. Interested. Alright, that's everything I was able to notice on my own. If you have any details you'd like me to highlight in a future video about 2 Fort, please do let me know. If you like watching this type of content and want to see more, subscribe. And check out my Patreon if you'd like to support me making more content like this. Although, don't pledge yet. I plan on making Patreon exclusive content in the near future, so I'd wait until then. And that's everything. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.